The kickoff for Transition Possible brought together trainers and gym owners from around the country so they could learn about how to work better with adaptive athletes. Athletes that provide different challenges but aren't lacking in motivation or limited by boundaries.
They don't see a disability. They see, I think we coined a term today, a phrase called the new normal. It's just a new normal for them. Waking up without a limb, it's just their day. There's no what they can't do, it's how am I gonna do it? You know what I mean? It's interesting, but there's no limitations in their minds.
What better person to help understand motivation and boundaries than Kyle Maynard? Kyle was born with a condition known as congenital amputation, but Kyle has never let that get in his way and has accomplished things that most of us can't imagine. Kyle has set records in weightlifting, fought in mixed martial arts, and most recently became the first man to crawl on his own to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa.
Well, I think everybody realistically is an adaptive athlete if you think about it. I don't care who it is, whether it's LeBron James or somebody like that. I mean, they've got things that they do well and other things that they don't do well. So we have to kind of all adapt and to scale. I think for me, I'm really thankful that my parents just raised me with that attitude to go and see that, not focus on the disability. That just to see that the things that I could do by focusing on what I could do, then it really became just normal.
Transition Possible was created out of the belief that wounded service members and adaptive athletes need and desire to continue to thrive and lead productive lives.
What I've noticed is that the theme with the Wounded Warriors in particular was that they were so grateful to be alive. In particular, one athlete told me that the bomb that took off his legs killed the soldier next to him. And so every day he just has immense gratitude that he's alive. And I think that's missing sometimes in the athletes that I work with. And it's maybe no fault of their own. They haven't experienced some of the hardship and in a combat environment, some of the real terror that these athletes have. And so I think they have a real appreciation for just how valuable life is.
There's going to be people with injuries that might require special attention. There's going to be people with, prosthetic leg is no different than someone who comes in with a broken ankle but still wants to train. As far as you're going to have to modify movements, you're going to have to have a dialogue with the person and figure out what they can and can't do, what they want to do and don't want to do, what their goals are.
I think that if the determination that I saw this weekend and the determination I know Rick Martinez has, I think that it'll be something that we can all say we were a part of in the beginning.
This has been just a blessing to be able to come down here and work with these athletes and be able to take a piece of this back to Mentor, Ohio with me and kind of, share all these experiences with them and teach them about adaptive athletes and the movements and all the standards and different things that I learned down here.
Rob Jones and Oksana Masters are bronze medal winners in rowing at the Paralympics and offer first-hand advice for adaptive athletes.
If you identify what you want to go after and work at it every day and work at it in a smart way and just keep doing that until you get where you want to go, and you'll get there eventually.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible if you're just willing to believe it and actually work for it, and just try too.
Transition Possible wants adaptive athletes, coaches, and trainers to use the website as a resource, but want to remind us that fitness isn't all it's about.
Fitness might be 10% of what Transition Possible is all about. I mean, it's really the larger purpose of finding a purpose. It's in connecting to people's, why, giving somebody a reason to get up, out of bed and keep fighting. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's in helping somebody else, maybe it's a combination of both. So that's what I think that, that's what really excites me about what's happening here.